Hello, Tarot Maniacs. So it was one hell of a weekend. I did a flash sale for you all, and so many of you took me up on the sale that I was painting my daughter's room at 1 o'clock in the morning last night. So I'm thrilled to meet some new clients, thrilled to see some of your faces. Dave Murphy, I'm looking at you. And we are going to bust right into some fun stuff for the week. So for right now, because I just finished up readings, I'm going to stick with the classic Llewellyn deck, but we are going to have a deck of the week. So stand by, and you're going to be seeing some of the shorts on that with our teaspoon of tarot. And I'd like you guys to let me know down below if you want me to do another flash sale weekend. Perhaps you wanted to get a reading and you couldn't find a time slot because my schedule was jam-packed. Let me know if you want me to do another one next weekend, because I am fully game for that. I love seeing you guys. I love getting to meet you, but it is now super late on Sunday night. I just had a crappy chicken sandwich. I really did have a crappy chicken sandwich. But let's get going on this. So thank you for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about what's going on. And we are going to kick it off with some questions. And this was Marisol, who actually got a free membership for the month. She was gifted a membership. I'm not sure by who, but welcome to the club. You get to see all of these videos first. That is one of the best perks of being in the tarot membership here. You also are eligible once a month for a free hour reading or a free half-hour reading, depending on your membership level. So I give away one of those every month at the beginning of the month. So those of you that are now in the club, don't miss that meeting. It'll be at the beginning of the month. I'll announce it probably this week. I'll set it up. So Marisol wants to know, will Hollywood continue crumbling down? I still see people going to the Academy Awards and after parties. When will that end? I'm really tempted to switch decks just on Marisol's question. So let's continue with this one. I'm not going to switch up the decks. You know what? Yeah, we will switch it up. Let's switch it up. And we are going to go with Mystic Medleys. We're going to switch that up for today just for some variety. I've been reading with that Llewellyn deck all last 2 weeks. So will we still see people going to, oops, sorry guys. They changed the widgets on here and I'm like a maniac. So will Hollywood continue to crumble down? So let's take a look at that. We're going to read for Hollywood just like it's one of you. Ooh. Justice in reverse. Oh, 9 of Swords. 6 of Swords. The people are fleeing the ship. We're losing money. So I do think that there is going to be a splintering of Hollywood. And I've been saying this for a while. I do think that Hollywood itself is dying a slow death. So I don't think that it is going to have like a cataclysmic, apocalyptic kind of end. I think it's going to kind of squeak out a sad and sorry end. And why do I say it in that fashion? Because justice is in reverse. For all the glitz and the glamour, that's what it is. It really is a glamour. They are sets. They are not. There's very little substance in what you see versus what you get. In my time when I lived in Los Angeles, that was one of the things that I thought was very interesting. And I did meet a very well known TV personality. And when I met her in person, I had no idea who she was. I thought she was just a regular person. And someone said, that's blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, she just looks like a regular person. No makeup, just very regular. I just thought she was a gal bopping around at a concert. And I actually thought she was a little bit less than that. I thought she was like a groupie bopping around at a concert. But she was up on stage, where the VIP section was, where the people with laminates were. And it was kind of shocking. So this anxiety, because now justice is not served in Hollywood by a court case. Justice is now served by mob mentality. So what do I mean by this? This is the cancellation of individuals. This is so-and-so did blah, 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 and now we're just going to boycott them. It was Raven's birthday this weekend. She's still celebrating. She's 10. Raven's 10. So the cancellation culture is that justice in reverse, and everyone is so concerned about it. Are they concerned about real danger touching them, a la Diddy, a la the nonsense that Johnny Depp went through with Amber Heard that was televised? I mean, not that was akin to the Diddy thing, but it is this mob mentality. So the anxiety behind it is really encouraging. This anxiety is encouraging people to flee. And we're seeing people say, oh, well, the wildfires, I'm leaving because of the wildfires. I'm leaving the country because Donald Trump got elected. I'm looking at you, Rosie O'Donnell. I'm sure Ireland is happy to have her. I didn't say Herm. I used to like Rosie O'Donnell. I thought she was very funny back in the day. I also thought Ellen DeGeneres was funny back in the day. So much for my danger person radar. But money is leaving Hollywood as well. And here, suitcase position. Remember what this is. This is, we got to go back in time and either acquire or dump off this energy. The bacchanalian kind of debauchery that's going on is something that they need to get rid of. Is Hollywood fun without the parties, without the rave, without the fun, without the substances and tits and ass and sweaty armpits? No, it's not the same. It's not the same without that. It's not the same without the bikini parties where bikinis get lost. Here, and I know that there's more to that, guys. I can peel an onion. We all know what that onion is stinky like. Here, Three of Pentacles, I think the party disperses. So I think the party now moves into other places, other venues, other states. We've already seen Tyler Perry is down in Georgia. He has a studio down there. I've talked more than once about Mel Gibson. I almost said Mel Brooks. Mel Gibson has a studio down in Costa Rica. Mel Gibson, after his house burned down, was like, I'll just go down to my place in Costa Rica. God bless him. So I think what we're going to see is that, and I've said this time and time again, that we're going to get these independent type studios with a lot more money. So it'll be like blah, blah, blah studio, Mel Brooks studio. I'm going to have to pause this for 1 second because Gregopedia is calling me. Sorry about that. Sometimes you got to pause your recording to talk to your husband. So I do think that we're going to see these smaller but well-heeled, well-funded studios cropping up all over the place. Again, I'm going to say it, fun fact, New Jersey had more films take place in it last year than Los Angeles County did. Go figure. Apparently we have hills and streams and deserts and pine trees and mountains and whatnot. We're not just that stinky section from the opening sequence of the Sopranos. So it's not that section really stinks. Everybody thinks that that's what New Jersey is like. So it's just a little stinky area. Some landfills and stuff up there. But anyway, it's very interesting. I think we're going to see a lot more studios disperse. I mean, Netflix, they're building a studio here in New Jersey. I think we're going to see some interesting things there. So is Hollywood actually taking a tumble? Yes, as a location. But are we going to see another seat of power rise up? So I'm going to do New Jersey, New York, Georgia, Georgia, and Texas. Let's see what's going on here. New Jersey, New York, Georgia, Texas. Nobody's really looking like they're taking the crown here. Everything's in reverse. Now, here's the curious thing. This 10 of Pentacles is trying to replace Hollywood, trying, but not doing it. New Jersey is a little crowded. I think it's a little crowded for celebrity. I think it's a little crowded to get from point A to point B. In Hollywood, in Los Angeles, you are amongst other celebrities. But here in New Jersey, there's way too many regular people. And we got mouths on us. Like if somebody walks down the street and we don't like them, we're going to be like, hey, yo, Matt Damon, you look stupid today. You know, like you're going to get people doing that. And I think that that's a little bit trickier. Does it set up a good circumstance for security companies and things like that? Yeah, absolutely. Security companies will be making a mint. So New York, it looks like, you know, they've got their niche, film in the city, that kind of thing. Georgia, doing that balancing act. I think it's too hot, too volatile in terms of storm activity. You know, we do get that hurricane season down there. It does kind of sweep right through. And then Texas, Ace of Wands. I don't think actors want to go to Texas. So we're going to have to keep working on that. I'm not really sure where else people are filming. Not really hip to that. I'll have to ask my children because they probably know more than I do. But there it is. Now, is the culture going to change? Because Marisol, you asked me, I still see people going to the Academy Awards and after parties, and when will that end? Are we going to see that Hollywood elite culture? Are they going to calm down? Queen of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, Devil in reverse, Moon in reverse, and the Three of Swords. We're going to see a lot of mea culpa, guys. People that have been involved in these organizations and these parties. We're seeing a look back. So if this is excess and other S's and X's in there, if that's what this is, fiery, passionate, crazy times, people are now starting to look back on that behavior and say, maybe we should distance ourselves from that. So I do think we're going to start to see this go underground. Does it go away? No. Up here, it does not. That elitism, that flash, that cash, that brash, that is going to stay. But we are going to see the bacchanalian, you know, extravaganzas where they're in our faces, kind of showing us how debauched they are. That we're going to see a bit less of. It's not going to be quite so overt. So the days of these Vanity Fair parties and Elton John, not to impugn Elton John and maybe what goes on at his parties. Those will not be the big tickets that they used to be. It's not going to be, well, everyone come one, come all. It'll be a more select group because too much information is getting out. Reputations need to be repaired. And baser instincts need to be tamed because still under the surface, they are wild and wily. So I think we will start to see less of the in your face. It's going to go underground, which I don't think that that's necessarily a good thing, because when things start to go underground, things start to get even worse. So God bless us. So Marisol, good questions, great questions. Love it. And I want to wish all my friends out there happy St. Patrick's Day, because you are going to be watching this on St. Patrick's Day. The only thing I have that's green right now is my Canada Dry. So, you know, there was a whole Canada Dry thing. They used to claim it was made with real ginger, and then they had to stop that because it is not, in fact, made with real ginger. I was very upset because I fell for that marketing. So, shame on me. Debbie Schoen, my good friend. What is the real story behind the deaths of Gene Hackman and his wife? So we're going to do a couple of interesting things here. One of the things I want to do is pull out Alicia Wicker's deck, the musical tarot. It's not musical tarot, but it is a musical oracle card. And we're just going to see what kind of song we get from this. Love the back of this deck. Disco balls. Who doesn't love a disco ball? Don't go chasing waterfalls. Put those back. And we are going to... Sorry, guys. Didn't realize her true crime and conspiracy was so far away. So there's Alicia inside the box. That's where I keep my Alicia, inside the box. So I'm going to keep this on my lap for a minute. We're going to shuffle. Don't go chasing waterfalls. I don't know the rest of the songs. That is the only part of the song I know. I'm just making this part up. So, all right. What does that mean? Don't go chasing waterfalls. What does that mean? What does that mean? Chariot. Move on. Move on. Move on. Move on. Move on. Move on. I'm Mona Lisa at my Hatters. Sons of bankers, sons of lawyers. Turn around and say good morning to the night. Oop. Ah! Sorry, a little Elton John. Now I'm singing Elton John songs. Not if it's dark outside or light. All right, what do we need to know about Gene Hackman and his wife? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? True crime and conspiracy deck. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Boat. Boat. Staying afloat. Staying afloat. Prophecy. Oh! Whoa! Military. All right. So, skip these for now. The demonic possession, I don't think is demonic possession. I think it is more of the dementia. So, what happened to his lovely wife? Now, I do want to let everybody know, it has been disclosed that the dog that was in the crate had surgery. and was being restricted because of the surgery it had. It was a female dog. The back door was propped open, and both of the other dogs were going in and out of the house. In fact, one of them was the one that led the investigators or police officers or whomever was on the property back to Gene Hackman's body. So, is it true that his lovely bride had passed away from an illness? That's a yes. At home. Yes, at home. At home. Let's take these. So, did Gene Hackman, so sad, was he confused by the Alzheimer's? Did he just wander about not knowing? Yeah. Oh, this is awful, guys. He kept thinking she was going to be right back. His wife was going to be right back. She just went to the store. She just left for a little bit. I think it's remarkable that he was able to care for the other two dogs and let them out, because I do think that he was letting them out, and I think he was giving them biscuits and treats, and he was still attentive to those dogs, the two that were out. But he thought that she was just at the store. He thought his wife was at the store. She just went out. She just went out for a little while. There's our confusion. And I do think that he fell. I can't tell if he fell for a reason or if he just collapsed, but this confusion. But I do think he laid there for a little bit. One of the dogs was by his side. One of the dogs laid next to him, pressed his back on him. Yeah. I think the story is what it is. I don't think this is some weird conspiracy. I don't think there's tunnels under his house or anything like that. I think this was just a really unfortunate situation with someone who was not well, and needed more than just one person to care for them. That's not a judgment or anything like that. You really can't tell anyone how to manage that in their own home. But I do think that she could have used a hand, not because she was of an age or anything like that, just because you really do need some help there. So Deb, thanks for the question. I think the official story is the official story. I think the reason why it's not making sense is because they dripped out the information in the fashion that they dripped it out. I think they could have informed people a little bit in a more holistic fashion. Let's put it that way. So, what do I see for the music industry after the Big Diddy and other scandals? Now, this is from Mudita. I also have up here that Kanye West drops a new single featuring Diddy from prison, Northwest, and Christian King Combs. So we're going to take a look at that too. We are going to take a look at that. So let's see. We're going to look specifically at the rap industry, just specifically at the rap industry. Post Diddy. Post Diddy. Well, where there's fans, there's money. You know, it's that simple. It's not going to die. Just like I used to say, punk's not dead when I was younger. You know, rap ain't dead. It's not going to die. I love Flow Rider. So it's like the only rap I like, unless it's like really old school, like Run DMC. But you know, I'm not a connoisseur or anything like that. But I think Flow Rider's hot. I think he's a hottie, Magatti. So under the surface, there's justice looming. What's in the past? Knight of Swords, the bold and brashness, the innovation that was there. Up top, Six of Cups. Nobody's looking at any of those videos or those scenes or any of those people in the right way. The Sun card shows up. So what do we have to say about that Sun card? The Sun card is about it's an industry. It's an industry that's not going to go away. We're going to have this rap industry. They are going to, well, we'll see what they're going to do. We're always going to have new and up and coming kind of dudes and dudettes. Shouldn't say dudettes, but how do they see themselves? Right now, it's kind of hurting for money. It's, you know, chips are down. How do others see them? Others see them as, you know, coming out of this cocoon, but keep it quiet for a while. It's almost like the entire industry is like an amusement park after dark. You know, everything's shut down, all the lights are off, and everyone's just kind of creeping around. There's like skeletons of all the fun stuff. That wheel of fortune is turned in reverse, though. It's upside down. And that tells me that there's going to be more that comes out. So I think that the industry is going to stand down to a certain extent. Does that mean there's going to be no music produced whatsoever? No, absolutely not. We're going to see little drips and drabs of music come out here and there, but we're just not going to see really robust, like, you know, we're screaming and yelling about all kinds of stuff. So we're not going to be, you know, blockbustering new talent or anything like that. I think it's going to go very, very slowly. So just a little bit at a time. It's never going to come back to its heyday where, you know, they're popping bottles and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, because now it's scrutinized. I'm not saying that that stuff's not going to happen, but I'm saying that they're going to be so scrutinized that it is difficult for them to have that component of the industry. So is it still sexy and hot and, you know, attractive for people to be a part of it if there isn't the bikini mamas and hot bodies at rehab in, you know, Las Vegas or anything like that? You know, it doesn't have the same kind of draw. You know, when it's that party lifestyle, there's a huge draw for individuals. But, you know, if it just becomes a job, like, you know, if you just want to go to work and record some music, you know, be like really serious about it, you know, like, you know, you may as well be Yo-Yo Ma, like Yo-Yo Ma. I'm not slagging up Yo-Yo Ma, but you know, if I wanted to be a musician, I would be Yo-Yo Ma and go in, perform, record something, and then go about my business and go have some canapes at a fancy restaurant. I don't think that Yo-Yo Ma is like a party animal by any stretch of the imagination. A little more green juice. So, last question. Kanye, WTF. Kanye drops a new single. How is this single going to do? Kanye, the musical genius. I don't get the musical genius. I don't think so. I think there's going to be universal WTF. There's a lot of cloudiness, confusion. Why did he? Why bring Diddy in because it's the gold standard. Oh my God. It's gonna bring in some attention under the surface. Looking for money in all the wrong places. Back here, suitcase position, he should be looking for foolproof things. So, you know, do a remix of Vogue, you know, something like that. Do a remix of CNC Music Factory. It takes two to make things go right. I was singing that in the store the other day like a maniac. Up top, justice in reverse. He's going to say, oh, you know, people innocent until proven guilty. He's going to make more out of this. Kanye is going to make more out of this. It's going to be ridiculous. What is in the immediate future? The lovers in reverse. People are backing away from him. This is not going to be the end all be all that he wants it to be. You know, the shock value of it is it for the shock value having Diddy and his daughter on the same one? Is it for shock value? No, he just doesn't. The weirdness that is Kanye is old and boring now. Old and boring. Sorry, Kanye, you're old and boring. Not Kanye himself, but his ideas are old and boring. He is trying to jump up on stage and interrupt Taylor Swift over and over again with his nakedy wife and his antics on boats in Venice. If you don't know what that is, just look it up. It's with Bianca Censore. Naked girl, Bianca naked girl. Bianca got no clothes on. Bianca got no clothes on. I think she was Italian but Australian. Oh, go figure. Like stop trying to shock us, Kanye. You know, if you are this musical genius, just be the musical genius. Just stop trying to shock us. It's just ridiculous. So I think I am going to conclude Mixtape Monday right there because I have a bunch of content that I need to do tonight. And I just grabbed the first three questions. Well, the only three questions on my post this afternoon. So I appreciate everyone who dropped some questions in there. Like I said, questions in my chat, I'm going to try and answer in shorts this week. So I've got a lot of work to do today and tomorrow, and it's been a crazy week. And I still have like a third of my daughter's bedroom to paint. So I am a busy bee, and I have to find a bookshelf for her room. So I hope you guys had a great day. Let me know in the comments if you want me to have another flash sale for next weekend. If you couldn't get a time in, I am having some surgery, minor surgery on my back. I'm just getting a big fat needle in it. Hopefully it's going to work out okay. And then I should be back. I should be back for my lives this week. So I will see you guys in the future.